Oh my god!
It's good, man.
All right.
Yo, what up, Scott?
What up, man? How you doing?
That's bananas. I ain't know it's gonna make me feel so good to see your face, fam. This is I
Yes,
ain't
sir.
seen your face in forever. Like for real. This
Yeah,
is like
it's been a long time.
madness. This is madness.
Yo, I just went up, man. We on the ether right now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is a long time coming.
For sure.
Like I like, you know, it's just us, you know what I'm saying? But the reason why we had to do this right here is because every time I think about us, I just think about the gibberish sessions, you know what I'm saying? I do.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, for
so
sure.
for posterity, for anybody who ends up, if there's anybody who ends up seeing this in some, you know, whatever, what he means the gibberish sessions is we used to have back in the day, all three of us are Pratt heads, Pratt Institute of Art and Design and friggin' BK. And we used to have sessions where we get together and write poetry back before they called it spoken word. That's what we was doing. And to warm ourselves up, we'd have gibberish moments. We'd have sessions where we was just like, all right, try and do a sentence that makes absolutely no sense. And it's way harder than it sounds.
Yeah, it's harder than it sounds, but it's hella fun. And it's just like using the best words that you can think of at the moment, regardless of what they mean.
Michael was such a genius at it. I mean, he was such a genius at it. He have a whole page worth of the pink tangerine gibberish jumping on the jolly wingle bang as I caress the warm soul of the spirit of the sunset. You know, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
But
I'm gonna tell.
But I miss that. You know what I'm saying? I miss that, bro. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I feel you.
That shit.
I feel you.
I definitely feel you on that.
That
was like some of the
some days.
I guess most creative time. You know what I mean? Just like it was a great starter to creating.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you weren't thinking out the box when you walked in there, after that, like you had no choice. What? I haven't thought of some pink dingleberry. So like that's fucking man. That definitely is an awesome thought for sure.
Scott, you used to have this sound, okay, that you would make when you were. The reason I'm saying this is because I took this and I do it to this day. You may not even remember, but Scott had this. So when people are talking about idiots, when people are talking about people being stupid, there's a bunch of us that have voices. Like my girl Coco, she have a voice. Whatever she was doing, whenever she was talking like an idiot dude, she'd be like, no, like all of a sudden.
My wife does that. My wife does that, and she goes like, she does the same
thing. Right, like, and Sky had this sound he would make whenever he was imitating somebody fucking up. He'd be like, oh. Like if you slip to something, you say, "Oh!" Like I do that all the time. Like, every time, I'm like, that's Sky shit right there. That's Sky. Like so, I routinely fall back on a specific.
It's funny you say that. There's things like that I think we all take from people that exist in our life, and I know like from concept, where you used to say, let me tell you, what is it? Let me tell you about life real quick.
Oh man, let me tell you about life real quick.
Let me tell you about life real quick. And it would be up against like some like serious shit, but you're about to go left on them, and then like, yo, when I tell you I stole that so hard, bro.
Man, let me tell you about life real quick, man. That was
like, especially when I was like a manager, and these kids would be like, "Oh, I can't figure this thing out. Like, I'm having so much." Let me tell you about life real quick. Definitely took that.
That come from the old heads, man. That come from the old heads, man.
Old heads.
That come from the old heads, man. But one of the things, man, that I wanted to talk to y'all about, man, and it kind of, we've already just jumped in on it with this whole life is art thing in my mind, right? I'm trying to in real time conceptualize what I'm trying to do with creative content as we go into this content dominated era. You know, it's like we went through the technology phase, and now, you know, with the access that we have to just this simple phone, you know what I mean, with the camera, the mic, you know, it's opened up a different way of communication. But for me, with this whole life is art thing, is like it's talking about what we just talked about. It's like getting together with my friends and just writing gibberish on a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's art personified as it meets life. You know what I'm saying? To me, I don't know if that articulated that well enough, or you know what I mean, but it's like there's an art in everything we do. You know, and it's things that I go back to, you know what I mean? Like, and I attribute that to like, when Sky was just saying like that, it was such a creative time. You know what I mean? I think I'm trying to find that in my everyday life and embrace it more. You know, that's why, like, you know, that's why I'm asking the questions I'm asking, or I'm trying to spark creativity again, where creativity, I wouldn't say it's gotten stale, but it's stagnant. Everyone is so formulaic, and I think we were not formulaic back then. You know what I'm saying? It was just more spontaneous. Does that make sense?
It definitely makes sense. I think it's very interesting because I'm probably I'm in very much a similar space as I went away from art for a very long time. So as of recently, you know, if you check my Instagram, it's a serious boom, you know, that has taken off. And a lot of it has me thinking back to things that I was doing, you know, that creative. And like I really do. But I also think about how we don't have, or we did not have access to a lot of things. So we were making shit up all the time, you know.
Now I'm gonna stop you right there real quick before you finish your sentence. Sky he jumped head first into Midjourney. So, you know, some of the generative art that he's been making has been fucking blowing my mind. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm about to blow your mind
about that. But hold that thought right there before you say something, Micah. Because what I will say, and I'm not trying to take this from you, Sky, is it opened a new chamber for you, and it's gotten you back into the art, and that's what I like about it. But go ahead, bro. Continue what you said.
For sure. So here's a little known fact, as I've only really recently, and by recently, Concept knows I just got a new computer like last week. So I've only really recently, since last week, been really experimenting with Midjourney. Now, when Concept first told me about the AI and the Chat GPT and all of that stuff, right? I went and I asked Chat GPT for the top AI services.
But you found what worked.
And it spit out several different ones. Midjourney was one of them, but it spit out several different ones. And the one that I landed on was called Deep Dream.
Okay, yeah, I was using Night Cafe at first, and then
so I was kind of using that. But one thing that I learned about the AIs is that it starts to learn you and like the things that you like and what you're trying to accomplish.
Now here, Sky, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there because I'm hoping that we can see some of your stuff too, and because you've been going so ham, Micah. Like if I had to explain this to everyone, right? Let me give you guys Micah Blacklight. Like one of my like I'm gonna come in the camera for this one. You know, when you're talking about a man that is like, I think when Micah was born, like a big ink pen like came out in his hand, you know what I'm saying? Like in his hand already. Like I met this dude and I was, you know, I think Michael was already showing work, you know, and I was going to his shows and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this is one of them guys where you open up the black book, right? The sketch, or he probably had loose papers of sketches, you know, an array, you know, right? And I'm like, ain't no way in hell you cross-hatch the shit out of this page, man. Like pen game is explosive.
The
pen game. I'm talking about, you know, I'm talking about classic. Yeah, I'm talking about traditional classic pen to paper. I don't need an eraser. I'm fucking that nice.
Yeah.
And I would do a whole tick piece with no mistakes. Because I don't need to erase and use it or do it over or under drawing, but it comes out of his mind. So, you know, I was immediately attracted to that because, you know, I came from the graffiti ilk and I was always in the sketchbook and kept a black book. So anyone that put pen to paper fascinated me. I wanted to see everything you drew. And that's the school that I think Micah comes from. And that's why I know he's about to fucking light our asses up right now, talking about how AI is like fucking up everything. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta find one of Micah. I don't know if I got a book here, but I'm gonna have to put some of the work up. You know what I'm saying? Figure that out.
All right, so I'm gonna let y'all get back in after this little. We're gonna detour. We're gonna detour for a second to the land of AI haters. Okay, so here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. One is like the way that. So I'll admit that I'm a little bit of an alien, right? Like the place that y'all are finding yourselves right now in terms of like trying to re-tap into the spots of creativity and shit. I created myself as an inspiration engine. So like I have found whatever techniques that I call like inspiration mining and like all these things that, so I've been doing it for so long. It's like breathing. So I'm always there. It's just always on. The muse is always tapped to the flow is always going. And it's literally never, like it never slows, to the point where I had to prioritize my ideas because I had so many of them screaming at me. And I was like, yo, I've only got the X amount of time left of this lifetime in this body. How much stories need to be told, how much art has to be done before I drop this body, and how much ain't gonna make it. So I made a list of stories, not even the art, just the freaking stories that had to be written. That was like, which ones have to be written before I go. And then it was all the rest of them, right? So I put those in order. And then of the ones that have to be written, I put those in order in terms of how long are they going to take? How many are they going to be novels? Are they going to be novellas? Are they going to be graphic novels? I put those in order. And now I have like a straight up and down chronological list of what I'm trying to hit by when, how long it's going to take. So the rest of them ain't screaming at me so loud no more. Cause I'm like, y'all are being addressed. And the ones of y'all that ain't being addressed, I'm sorry, rest in peace. You might not make it. And I may throw you into these stories, but you're not going to make it as your own story, right? Like, so that's how deep it is. I was like, if I never have another idea in my life ever, I still have enough for like a solid 1,000 shows, period, with no kind of problem at all, right? So I recognize that I'm living in a different place, living from a different place, and I try and teach it to people too. But that being said, when it came to the AI, what messed with me immediately was the way they're trained, right? So for folk who don't necessarily know, the way AI is trained when it comes to these Midjourney, DALL-E, Dream Space, whatever, they're given millions of images from anywhere and everywhere from artists like me, like Khan, like Sky, who never said okay, who never said yes, who never said none of that, are artists just out there in pictures and people in Instagram, whatever, and they scrape them all, and then they train them on these images. So they're just like, can you do something like concept mixed with DALL-E, mixed with such
and I was telling Sky, I even import images straight into Midjourney now. You can actually drop in your favorite artist in the style of,
you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What ends up happening is, the reason that I've pushed back so hard is because I'm like, if they did it like Spotify, right, where they went to different artists and were like, yo, would you like to be a part of this joint? Like you only gonna get, pennies, but you're gonna get something, and you'll be part of this data set. There's a ton of artists that have been like, hell yeah, I want my shit in that. Like, yes, that's the exposure, that's whatever, right? But they didn't do that. What they did was just like, we taking it, and now there's a whole bunch of people who go, here's a prompt. This is my original art. But it ain't original. Stop it. No, that's not original, bro. Like,
but yeah. Well,
and that's my take. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it's a fact, but that's the way I take it.
I'm not a hater of that take.
Right. Like, if you couldn't,
I've been kind of researching, because as this boom of AI has been happening, there undoubtedly is like legislation and copyright laws and all of these things that are happening at the same time.
It's interesting because it's untapped territory. It's like, it's 100. Sure. You've never had to deal with it. Right?
Now keep in mind, I don't have an Instagram because of AI right now. So just let's throw that into the ether too. My Instagram is a brand new one now. After 15,000 or whatever organic followers, AI has got me jammed up. That's why I love this conversation. Continue.
So like, if you can say, like, give me a mansion, treehouse, in this style, give me a little bit of sci-fi, give me right? And this is your contribution. You as the artist, this is your contribution. Give me and then the AI spits out some gorgeous imagery. Unlike some artists, I will acknowledge the AI art is fucking beautiful. Oh my God, it's amazing. But the reason it's amazing is because it's got millions of people like us who done did that work, who done worked their asses off to get their styles done. Sure. And the computer, like, what people say is, how is it different, right? Like, how is it different from artists emulating styles or whatever? It's like, the difference is really, really simple. It's super simple, right? Like, a camera will reproduce an image at a time. That's what a camera does. It'll show just, all right, there's your lens, there's the camera, click. An artist can look at another artist, can study another artist, can even forge another artist, but we can only do 1, 2, however many at a time. And it takes us time. These computers can be like, 20 seconds? Yeah, I can go through 3 million artists in that. All right, cool.
I actually,
and then they just come out with this. Right. It's just like, bro, there's never been a level of plagiarism on this scale, like, ever. It's never been possible before. All right.
And see, and you can continue. I'm going to cut you off and hold your thought, because I think the way I look at it is like, I didn't realize I had a take on it where I've never put a prompt in to emulate I never put a prompt in and wanted to spit something out that looked artistic, meaning I would never do like a prompt and say I want this to look like an oil painting or a drawing, or I've always approached it like trying to get photo real out of it, I think, because I like there's a hidden voice in my head that tells me if I try to approach it to make it a reference image and not like I would never prompt something in the style of Basquiat or Warhol, or or in the style of any of my favorite artists, or even in anything I get that remotely looks like an artist could have drawn it by hand or something like that. I just cringe. I'm just like, no, and I spit it. I don't even click on it again. And that's why, like, even with Sky's approach, like, we've been trying to get more photo real, like, as if these, that's why I think I was more fascinated with the people who were achieving photo reality out of it, because then that I felt like it's less of a bite or something. I don't, know what I mean? Like, but
I definitely feel it's less of a bite, even though it still is a.
I hate when I see somebody that shit looks like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, nah, yo, you really you're telling people that's your art. But that shit is Dungeons and Dragons right there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, aesthetically, not like imagery wise, but aesthetically, someone took their time to handcraft that look feel for you to just go in and just in 5 minutes make 100
so
fucking
funny
images.
You say that because I feel that way kind of with like I've been doing a lot of sci-fi type of stuff, right? So, but I don't want a stormtrooper. You know what I'm saying? I don't want. I don't want like one of my favorite shows is called The Expanse. I don't want
anything like The
Expanse. I don't want The Expanse. I got Black people with more African influence, this, that, and the third. And I think like the things that I've been encouraging the AI to spit out is just like very like different and you know, I be erasing hella shit. Like
I think the biggest challenge.
I feel like I'm forcing morals. You know what I mean?
What I was about to say
really hard to come up with something original that like I actually fuck with.
I think like the biggest challenge with this
that I enjoy the fact that it doesn't take it a long time. And I can feel like I'm cooking dope on my phone. Like, you know, I'm on the way to work and I'm like,
Micah, let me ask you this. Is that art school morals, like from what I'm talking about, or maybe even what Sky is talking about? Like, do we have art school morals because we know what plagiarism is, but you're talking about some fucking rando dude that comes up to you and is like, yeah, I'm an artist. I'm like, you know, it's been in Midjourney for 2 months and considers themselves. I got folks, you know, in the cipher, you know what I'm saying, that probably got that air, but is that because we have like a certain moral compass when it comes to art that we can kind of like do it better or do it with some type? Is there, I don't know, I don't even know if that's a thing. Is there a way to do it with integrity?
I think we come up against two, maybe three major pieces, like in my head, right? The first piece is the fact that there is, and kind of to a certain degree always has been, a level of elitism when it comes to art that people can make a living off of, right? Like because there's a certain culture, there's a certain class, and then there are people who've been able to bootstrap it. There's people who've been able to like come up from nothing and blah blah, but those people are not the majority at all. Like you got to there's gatekeepers and there's all these things. So there is a level at which software like this democratizes it and makes it so literally any freaking body can. And there's pros and cons that come with that. I think the cons that come with that are immediate, in the sense that it's the same thing as somebody who's born and they go to whatever and they're given the silver spoon versus somebody who learns how to work, right? And they get the value of work. So the difference is, as artists and as folk who've put their time and effort into shit, we know what it takes to get certain things out. We know what it takes. Like we know how hard it can be to get a style, any style. You know what I mean? Like that, especially when it's yours. Like you're trying to find your voice. We know how many hours and weeks and months and sometimes years it takes to do that. And so for someone who has zero any of that, just be able to walk up and be like bip, 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 and get real good with prompts in like a day, a week, a freaking month, and then come out with just glorious stuff that they had nothing to do with except for the prompts. It's just for people who think about things like that, it's just morally abhorrent. That being said, it is beautiful.
So look, and I'm gonna drop a bomb on you today. I was looking, and my buddy just sent me Adobe is implementing AI into Photoshop. The video I saw, it's in my story. If you go to my joint, it's in my story. But yo, fucking now you can be in Photoshop. You don't even, man, it's pretty much gonna be one of them situations where I think like by the time my kids are 5 and 6 now, by the time they're 10, 11, 12, you know what I'm saying? The AI is going to be integral into the design platform to where they're not going to have like a professor to learn how to like. We took Photoshop my first year in college. Yeah. That was, you know what I'm saying, a Photoshop. Well, probably like what 8, no 9, maybe in high school too, right, or whatever. Because you know about them. But
it was college. It was college though. It was college.
It took me mad long to learn a lot of shit in Photoshop, Illustrator.
We still don't know all the Photoshop is so freaking big. There's whole wings of the shit we still don't know.
Right now, you can have an element, and you can make it showed like somebody making like a it had AI pick the brush for the fur on the animal, and like, yo, I was just like, it's over with, yo. Like any Joe Schmo can essentially prompt design and maybe even get a design job if you're good enough at your image prompting. But the nuance value of it and the differences to me, especially in what Sky is doing, is in like what I'm trying to achieve myself is like we're creating a new wave of even Black art. You know what I'm saying? Like now, you know, we're skipping over a couple steps to visualize ourselves in worlds that, you know, we may have not have, you know what I'm saying, like connected, been able to you know, ideate in such beautiful ways. You know what I mean?
I think what gets fascinating for me, the place that I am fascinated, the place where I am actually like, and I'm, you know, so far I'm holding back. Like eventually I know the minute I dive in, it's a wrap. Like I know it's just gonna suck my whole freaking.
Oh man,
I know,
Mike.
I know.
I
can only imagine the Micah prompts.
You have not been creating. You've not been creating anything in AI as of yet.
Not one. I've been holding back on some moral shit. I just been like, no, I am not doing it yet.
Like, that's a commodity.
I know eventually.
The minute you crack into AI, yo, your wifey is gonna like, you're gonna smell up the whole house. You're not gonna bathe. You're not gonna fucking. You're just gonna sit there. You're not gonna sleep. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have people bring you your food. Like, it's like that.
It's gonna be a boom for sure because you can do so many so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I have over 1,000 images.
I've definitely got probably
like
two folders, like thousands of images already for sure.
It's like but you can explore an idea
so fast,
but multiple times,
right? Multiple iterations,
take away that, add something else, you know.
You know the first thing I did, and I hate to cut you, Sky, but the first thing I did, the first week I started using AI to validate it was when I meditate, right? I have this vision of a gold ring, you know, the sonic rings, you know what I mean? So a visualization technique, when I started meditating in the mornings, I like, because I would get hella distracted. You know, I'd be fucking thinking about my kids or I hear the fucking air conditioner come on or whatever. I don't know. So I had to, like, in my mind, I had to think of this sonic ring spinning around in blue clouds. And every time I get distracted, I just think of the sonic ring in my head, like spinning around. And the first like week when I got the AI, I was like, if this shit really works, I should be able to prompt the ring. And it took me like 2 or 3 hours, yo. It was giving me like gold rings and shit. And then I figured out how to get it. And yo, I fucking prompted the shit in my head. Exactly, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the fuck. And once I did the sonic ring, like the visual, I was like, because I was gonna paint it, of course. You know, I was like, I prompted it to paint it. But after that, it was like, oh man, I'm
not even gonna paint it.
I'm not. Right there. I know where I'm about to be.
It was a similar thing for me because I've been, you know,
let me see if I can
doing my sci-fi, you know, watching all sci-fi shit and whatever. And I was on a time travel mission, and I was like, if I could make a Black dude in a spacesuit in, I don't know, feudal Japan, what that like. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the first images, you know, and I was like, no fucking way. Like, you know, and it looked dope. It was like, you know, back in school, I was always listening to fucking hella blaxploitation, watching a lot of that stuff. So when it spit the image out, it was a blaxploitation nigga. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it had like, I was just like, whoa. Like, whoa. All right.
That's what those moments are what the word "whoa" is
like
for.
The tip of the iceberg. It was like, oh, if he's there, then where else can I put somebody? And then,
that's
how did and not all of them, like I said, not all of them successful, but just continuing to build and you know, taking turns. All right, well, what if there's some little kids in spacesuits at a civil rights march? Oh, okay.
But that's why, That's why I want Mike, because when Micah says I know he has a fucking Rolodex of ideas that he hasn't flexed yet. Now, people in the world of the internet, Micah is written graphic novels. He's created more. He's probably created more characters from his mind than anybody that I've ever fucking known in my life in terms of like character ideations. He's got mermans, and people like superheroes of all different shapes, ethnicities, you know what I'm saying, like so for you, Micah, I think that like a Midjourney or AI would it just be the conduit to be like, you know what, today I want to see what a couple of these ideas look like that I already got, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that because what's indoctrinating you is an artist, so you're gonna always put pencil to paper, you're gonna always put pen to paper. I think everyone, I don't like it when people talk about like, oh, I'm not sharing what I'm putting up because I'm just going to secretly use this to create my next work. Like, I think there's no you have to have some magic behind your art, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it has to be a gimmick like that. I think you're just using another tool to, it's like evolution almost, right? We got to a place where all of the art was samey. You know what I mean? And now, like when I jumped on AI, like I'll put it to you like this: the first thought I had was, "Yo, the movies are about to fucking get doper." Because all of the movies are, I felt, well, aside from Mandalorian, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I just think everything sucks. But you know what I'm saying? I like Mando. You know what I mean? But I just feel like it's gonna open up. It's like
I'm gonna push back.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Go ahead. I might be saying too much, you know what I mean?
I hear you, and it's not about you saying too much. It's just I disagree, right? Like two main pushbacks. One is that if so putting aside my anti-AI bias based off the way it was trained and the immoral ways that it scraped the freaking info, putting all that aside and just accepting that this is the new wave and this is what's going to be, and regardless, like this is just what it's going to be. Putting all that aside, focusing on what is possible and what's powerful. I don't have anything against folk being like, no, I'm not going to share the images that I created to use as my right. I don't have anything against that for me, because hold on. Because it's kind of like they've already made it so that anybody can take your even the thing. It's like they're making work 100% irrelevant. They're making it so it doesn't matter. Even the work that people did, I'm gonna call it work in quotes. Even the work that people do over weeks or months or whatever to get a stream of prompts that's like, yo, this is the jam. There's other people who can come in immediately and be like, oh, that's a nice stream, and just So in some ways it's like that's cool, but in other ways it's like, bruh, I just fucking those are my prompts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked with that. You know
I've been hung up on that. I gave my first set of prompts out on my I did a tutorial. I gave a section of like one of my favorite prompts out. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the call outs I use there. I think that's what the separating factor between the artist and the non-artist is. It's like the non-artist is gonna always copy and steal like an artist, but it's like, Micah, the point is you can put all of your ideas that you have right now into AI tonight or fucking the next year, you know what I'm saying? And the next day you're just gonna wake up and have 48 more incredible fucking ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the artist is a tree that continues to produce fruit, and I think
I kind of agree with.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do a little moderation real quick because I'm gonna let Sky talk actually next real quick, but then I'm gonna jump real quick. So the first one is and then Sky, you jump in directly after me. The first one is like, yes, I can have a whole bunch of ideas, but do I want to eat off my ideas? I would. I like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I put work into that. I put time into that. I put work in the messing with my muse and showing up for my muse and getting it so my inspiration is tight, so my engine is tight. Not for folks to be like vampiric off me, but for me to be able to be like, yo, here, let me share this with the world and get paid off it. Let me eat off this joint, and then we can have some sharing, then we can have some collaboration. You know what I'm saying? Scott, what you got?
I agree with you, both of you guys. No, because I don't think those thoughts are independent of each other.
Right.
I often think about what is it, Pharrell or any musician. A lot of musicians talk that way, and they're like, well, you made one hit, can you make another? And there's some who stress, and we get, you know, like Andre 3000, every so often he appears out of the mist and it's amazing, you know what I'm saying? But then you have somebody like Pharrell who's been hot for the last 20 years, and he keeps doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and his sound is out there. His sound has been out there. It'll always be his sound. And that's part of the thing. No matter how much I try to replicate, or how much the AI tries to replicate specifically your style, it's never going to do it. It's
that's true.
Off. It's always off.
And that's the piece that I push back on. That's the piece I push back on.
Like,
and the reason I push back on it is because number one, you may think it's off. You may think it's off right now. First off, I'm gonna add right now because the tech is just getting better.
Yeah, I did say right now.
But Micah, motherfuckers have been biting my shit too, like just regular shit.
Yo, I feel you. And the point is, some people are really good at biting, really good, and some people are not as good. You know what I'm saying? That's the range.
This is the goal. This is the first week I did AI. I made this. And this is the ring. You know what I mean? This is when I got this one. This is almost 98.9% of what it looks like in my head. You know what I'm saying? When I'm trying to visualize it. And I had this idea. This is like I was reading, you know, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and I'm learning I didn't know about meditation. So, you know, I didn't,
right now, just about this conversation, you inspire me to learn about like holding images in my head while I'm meditating, because I sat
with it, and here I'll even show you guys like
own thought.
no, like
don't think about it.
I'm not sure how I got here, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just knew, like, every time I would start to slip, I would go back to this gold ring. I would think the gold ring in the sky, and this was the one that I landed on the first week. But I'll show you a couple. Like this is January 8th. This is January 8th. So when I first started, I couldn't get it. I was doing these like the rings, like, you know, they're gold. I didn't know how to prompt at the time, so I was doing
this look like cake on a top of a ring. It's like dessert.
Right. I was trying to get a ring, and it kept giving me all this weird shit, and then I finally got it. You know, I got what I was looking for, and then this is like not the way I see it, but this is the alternate version of what the AI gave me. But I thought it was dope. You know what I mean? But if I had to say
that I foresee happening, I want to interject real quick. One of the things I foresee, like I said, again, over and over, I'm just going to like step outside of the AI hate. One of the things that I foresee, and this is something I'm actually deeply, deeply curious about, right, is the thing that I've only heard some people mention and only some people believe in, right? Which for me is, I believe in magic, period.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad we're going here. Yes.
I'm curious as to what's going to happen when people like y'all, right, who are artists already, and you start digging, and then you couple it with the AI, and AI, because it learns, right? It's training on what you're giving it, and like your nuances. So like Sky was saying, it starts learning what you're looking for when you're eventually there's gonna be some magical shit, and it'll start happening small, and then it's gonna get and I don't know what's gonna come out of that, bro. Like
the first 2 weeks, bro. The first 2 weeks, I think I was I microdose shrooms all the time, man, when I work, you know what I mean? And this one good night, I think I more than microdosed, you know what I'm saying? It was a solid dose, you know what I'm saying? But I shit you not, man. And Sky, I want you to come in right after me on this, because I know you know this vibe. I'm prompting something, and this at the time I was doing a lot of the African textiles with the Nike stuff and the J's and different things. And there was a moment where I was like, the ancestors were speaking to me, and it was like the ancestors was in the computer giving me shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I couldn't discern whether or not this already existed, or if this was the new shit. And then like it was something crazy, like a haircut from one of the things that I prompted, and it was a fade, but it was like either a year 3000 fade or a BC. Yeah, like dinosaur fade. But I was just stuck there, like, yo.
I had that moment the other day. I had that moment the other day because I've been like on a porcelain. I started out trying to make porcelain niggas. Like, flat out. That's what the first thought was.
That's the name of the hardest fucking metal band that I ever heard right there. Porcelain Niggas. Yo, I'm getting that on a t-shirt. Yo, that's hard, bro. That's hard.
Like, as ignorant as that it sounds, like that is the thought, and that's where I started.
Micah, can you make the Porcelain Niggas t-shirt for me, bro? Because I need that, yo. Like, but with your hand on it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But
I'll make it up.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad, bro. My bad.
But one of the images that I produced, it was like maybe like a sweatshirt with a porcelain design on it or something like that. And I was like, there's no way this has not like been done before. You know, like however I got there, whatever prompt it was, like it definitely felt like something was, I don't know, and I haven't even been smoking or anything as of late. So, but it definitely felt like I was channeling something. And I was just like, there's no way. And I went scouring for like a couple days for real. Like, looking to find something that looked like what.
Yeah, like this had to have existed before.
So,
right.
And yeah, there's like stuff that there's some sweaters
in the vein.
There's this and there's that, but there's nothing kind of like what I had seen. And I was just like so, that's at the point where, you know, I kind of was looking at the AI like, no, nigga, this shit is mine. Like, I know I helped you with like these words or whatever, but you would never have done any of this shit had not I been sitting here.
And that's it, Micah. And I want you to come in after this because that's
that vein where I kind of get back to, even if someone emulates what you do, it's like, you know, if someone I can make a beat in the style of Kanye, but it's not a Kanye beat.
But that's what it feels like the proof of concept.
That's kind of what it is. I could be damn close. It could be fire, but it's not. It's not.
That's the addictive quality of it, and that's why it makes you feel like the proof of concept that you prompt is like somehow from your spirit, or it only comes from you. But go ahead.
Here's where I'm at. And this is where I'll step back into the AI hate piece, right? Not because I just gotta step back in, because here's something that y'all are forgetting, right? Okay, two or three things. Number one, when you think of someone emulating, you're not thinking super microchips. Like, what's happening with our phones now, what's happening with our laptops and shit, none of that was possible before the superconductors and shit, right? Like the things that
nanotechnology and everything, right?
Right. The things that have become possible over the last 10 years alone, based off of the microchips now, like the level of superconductivity and like they can process so much more data than we've ever been able to process.
They're saying the first child the first human can live to 500 years old within the next 10 years. That's what they're saying.
There we go. So those are just pieces, right? And so when I speak about, when you talk about it being trained, when you're like, nah, nigga, this is mine. Like, you wouldn't have made this without. I'm like, I hear you, and I'm not saying it would have, but what I am saying is, it didn't start from scratch. Like you sitting in front of the computer, you starting from scratch. You're like, all right, I don't know this computer. All right, so I'm gonna put in, but it started from billions of fucking images, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, okay. I mean, it didn't train, because
it's getting good now. It's getting good now.
I'm gonna give you a couple. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a couple.
Give me 1 second before you continue. Before you continue. Just on that little piece about we started from nothing. So I feel kind of like we start from nothing, but we are starting from what our idea is. True. Right? And I think that our idea is a sum total of experiences, life seeing. We see millions of things that we don't even remember that we've seen.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That all influence our subconscious to have these dreams and all these things. So when you say we're starting from scratch, we're starting from our own CPU that we really are, you know, the natural person is only using 10%.
Yeah,
right?
I get you.
Cognitively using 10%.
Right.
You're probably using more. So when you comparing our brain to the computer chip, I think there are immense similarities in that.
Well, he's talking about Picasso drawing.
No, I get it.
No, hold on. Just listen. Hold on. Just listen to what I'm telling you for a second. Just listen.
I just think it's a comparable thing.
The difference is conscious recall. Conscious recall. See what I'm saying? So our heads, like you said, we have seen billions of images in our lives. But if somebody were to be like, yo, what was the image that you saw on May 3rd, 1990? You have no fucking clue. Because that's not how our shit works. It's not how it works. But the computer, what image did you see on think? Done.
Right.
I mean, and it doesn't even have to think. It's not a think. It's just a done, right? So that, you know, like, it's not a comparison to our brains, because that's how we make computers, is comparing them to our brain. Like, that's how AI is. Like, what they're trying to accomplish with all these things is advanced general AI, right? Like, making it so that there's something with a garden variety intelligence, like actual intelligence. And they're getting closer and closer and closer. I've been doing a bunch of research. I've been all down the fucking rabbit holes. The point is, conscious recall is real. So when you can sit in front of that joint and it's literally at its fingertips, got billions of images that it can pick from and swap together and like hella fast. Our shit ain't working like that.
True,
just, you know what I mean?
True. But then
hold on. So then you have stuff
someone
like
that's using micro dosing, people smoking weed.
So they may be accessing
so that starts to access and raise the conscious and the subconscious. One of my favorite shows
what you're doing though is
thing about accessing the subconscious.
But it would be different if you were sitting now in front of a canvas and you were microdosing and you access your everything and you come out with this beautiful image. But what we're talking about is you microdosing, sitting down and feeding some prompts into it.
Okay, but let me stop both of y'all real quick right there. Now, but what if that's the direction that we're going? I mean, so listen, with technology, right? There's a Sony camera that's out, right? That's using AI. Basically, if you're shooting somebody in the forest and shit, the camera uses the AI to know if that person walks behind the tree. You don't want the tree, you want the person. So it's like the camera is getting smarter, right? Right. We've already used that type of tech. You know what I mean?
Right.
What if we're getting to a place where this is going to be integral in our everyday lives, whether we like it or not? You know what I'm saying? It will be, right? So I think with Sky, both of you guys are making super dope ass points because of like Micah's basically saying is like the motherfucking computer's Rolodex is so big. You know what I mean? Compared to ours, you know what I'm saying? So it's doing the heavy lifting, right? But what if Sky is saying, you know, the shit's no different than the Power Glove for Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? The game is the same, the levels are the same, but now you put the Power Glove on and you don't have to waste the amount of I don't know how valuable it was for me to try to beat Super Mario Brothers 3 and shit for fucking 2 months when I could have just had the goddamn Power Glove and beat that shit in like fucking 4 hours. Like, I thought the Power Glove was doper than trying to sit here and waste my whole. But then again, that's why kids no games right now have replay value anymore. Like, no,
it's so funny you bring that up.
But both of y'all are right. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, no, it's funny you bring up the Power Glove analogy. I was looking at me still using Deep Dream as like a producer that still wants to pull out the old ass MPC and you know what I'm saying?
When you hit Midjourney, you were like, "Oh, this is the Power Glove joint."
Right.
Put it in there, and it looked so crisp, and I was like, "God damn!" Like,
so have y'all put in y'all's drawings yet?
I've experimented in having I haven't dedicated, the time. I definitely put in my work. That was one of the first things I did because I was trying to do African masks. I was doing all of the Mopiko masks, and another thing that I realized quickly with the AI is that it's racist. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that it's racist. It's just that it's only been trained on a very specific set. Even though it's been billions, it's left out a whole bunch of shit because the people who are
the same way our textbooks are left out. And I was 40 some odd years old, and I'm discovering African masks that have tribal connections to look like. I go into this art collector's house. They have all of these masks. I see them in Pico mask, and I look at it and I say, yo, that looks like my homeboy from fucking South Carolina right there, yo, from I went to high school with or something like that. Then I go open the book up, and there's shit that's like 500 years old, and they got the same fades with parts in their hair and shit that we have right now. Okay, and I'm like, this till I'm this age, right?
One of the things I would like you to do, and any of your folk, is like take maybe an hour out of every session that you use it to train it. Give it mad masks, give it and put that in the server. Like let that shit be part of it. Fucking give it masks, give it, and it's fucked up. Like now African cultures can be in there too, but fuck it, like put that shit in it. Like just train it on craziness. One of the examples I want to bring up is this is not a lone event, but this is
that
one
was the bar right there.
There's an artist who he died, and somebody without his family estate's permission or nothing, somebody trained an AI on his whole body of work. Mind you, he's dead. They trained him on his whole body of work, and then they were like, "Look,
talking about that right now.
Like, look, now it's like he won't be dead, and we can just have his art forever."
So this literally, I'm listening to Chris Do on YouTube. Chris Do, of course, creative director, art director. You know what I'm saying? If you look on LinkedIn, he's all over. He's a brilliant dude. You know what I'm saying? And if you're just looking for the world of creative, he's my go-to guy. His name is Chris Do. It might be pronounced Dow. But I've been looking at him for 5 years at least on YouTube. One of his students has developed the tech. The first thing they did was they took 150 brand guidelines and they put that all into the AI. The AI ingested all of these brand guidelines. So now basically they can just type in like, roller skate brand, with that's influenced by lightning and thunder, and then it'll make a whole fucking brand guideline.
Inner city roller rink.
So this is So Chris Do now is like, well, shit, I have like 400,000 hours of YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? Like of all of my, talks, discussions like this, lessons I've given, TED Talks and all that kind. They're gonna put all of that into the AI. And use now, of course, you guys have seen what's going on with the music thing, right? They can take his voice. So now you're really gonna be your virtual assistant is Chris Dow. It's not like it's not an offshoot of him. It literally is gonna give you the answer hypothetically, because it's gonna spend hours and hours and weeks and weeks worth of data that he has online. And they're signing a deal for that. He's making a deal for that, and you're gonna see. Imagine if my son, by the time he's 15, I want him to be trained by LeBron. I'm pretty sure
there's a holographic LeBron that's been trained on all LeBron's diaries and all the things. So here's the thing. Right? I don't know if you've already heard about this. There's several people who've done it now.
Hella niggas walking around with Michael Jordan's fucking mentality.
I read about somebody who took somebody's mom. I think it was their mom. It might have been their father, might have whatever, but let's say their mom. Their mom died. They went and found their mom's diaries, like years and years and years. And so they fed the AI with all the diaries, all of them. And then they had a conversation with their dead mom.
That's like that Black Mirror shit, yo.
But art imitates life, art, imitates life. Right?
Yeah.
And so what we're coming to is this thing where there's going to be magnificent brilliance and there's going to be fucked up atrocity that we can't even comprehend right now. We can because we're thinking, it's going to be like Terminator, our alien masters. And what I think is going to get closer, all the people who are like, I could do a Kanye beat, but it won't be Kanye beat. I'm saying that the tech is going to get so fucking good, Kanye won't know the difference between something that did and something he did.
And he's already
yeah, we're not gonna talk about Kanye. Fuck that. Anyway, but the point is,
we're not giving.
But like,
much publicity.
There's a whole bunch of people who are already like, you can always tell. It's like, no, you can't. Right now, you can't. Oh, what are we doing?
So now we're looking at the infamous Sky's new work. You know what I'm saying? As you can see here, this is all the beauty that he's been able to create. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if I got this on camera right. Let me check.
Can you put in like individual joints? Like, can you click on one?
Let me click on one and see what that looks like. But yeah, like he is entering another chamber. You feel me? Let me see if I can blow that up.
That's definitely some of the black porcelain,
Astro Galactic.
Wait, how see how if I can zoom?
Yeah, Astro Galactic porcelain, cherry blossom, sculpture garden. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Does that get bigger at all? Can you guys see if it got bigger?
We can see it. We can.
All right, yeah, but yeah, man, like look at this work that he's doing with this shit, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, and it's like, it's incredible, man. He always hits me, you know what I'm saying, with the new joints, you know what I'm saying? But just some of the things, like the thing I'm most probably intrigued with, I don't even slip over that. The thing I'm most intrigued with the work that Sky has been making, bro, is the AI got my boy back into his art bag. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's been really interesting for a lot of people, man. Like, because maybe
I'm loving that fashion right there. Back that one up.
This one is crazy.
Fucking outfit is
now anybody out there, let me also explain to you. Micah was, this is a man who makes his own clothes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Makes his own fashion. And that's what got me essentially kicked off of Instagram. They're saying I had counterfeit goods on my page because I was doing a lot of
Nike or whatever on the thing.
Yeah, some corporation didn't like that I had their logo or some facet of it, and I think that's what happened. But just the like, even if you stop and shut down the AI right now, like we have it's just like so much has been created. You know what I'm saying? That like that hasn't existed, like, you know what I'm saying, already, man. Like, look at this, man. That's fire. I mean, this gives me ideas about paintings. You know what I mean? It's, just
have you seen two artists come to mind? Have you seen
there he goes right there. There's the man right there. Ravishing Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying?
Go back like 5, because there was one in a white outfit before the one that I was digging to, or before that.
One. That one's dope.
Bang, right, where you go? There we go. No, that
one. Oh, you like this one? Yeah.
Yeah. That one and the next one.
The background is hard body. That's hard. I didn't even the White House.
The fashion for me is like what's doing it. And it's, obviously the ones where you ain't gotta see the hands.
The hands have gotten a lot better in 5, though. The hands have gotten
this is better. This is what's tripping me out. People don't understand that, like, it's just gonna keep getting better, and all the folk who are like, you can tell right now, it's just gonna keep getting better, bro. Like, it's not.
This is hard. This was tough.
Yeah, this is not. This is not where it's gonna stop. This is not its ceiling. Y'all, people don't understand what's coming.
Crazy. This is one of my favorites right here. Oh no, and I understand what's coming, because look, they're talking about in Midjourney. They're talking about, this was amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they were tripping about on the gram, like, get the numbers up, but this shit right here, this the silhouette, like, I love that, man. That was one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? But the armor and plating, and you know what I'm saying, the cross pollination between Japan and Africa, it's textiles, it's African textile in there. You know what I'm saying? It's botanical, I like it, you know what I'm saying? And you just gonna continue to keep crushing it. You dig? You know what I'm saying? I think.
No, thank you, man.
Let me see here. This is my boy Rio. This is so anybody wants to know my favorite, this is my man Rio right here. He's in Japan right now, and he's been doing this for a grip. You know what I'm saying? And he's been dominating. Like, I mean, dominating.
He's going after photo real.
He sold NFTs, you know, through Sotheby's, and you know,
so he's already top of the game.
He was already photo real, you know, like when I probably picked, you know, like a year.
So these spaces don't exist.
These are all AI spaces. I mean, these are AI spaces made in Midjourney. These are Midjourney 5. Wow. Some of them probably 4, you know, but he's just that good with his prompt game. You know what I'm saying? And they're brilliant. You know what I mean? And of course, like, I know he probably does some posts and some of his shit, but you know what I mean? Like, his work is really crazy.
Jeebus. I want that spot right there. That was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, going back to the crib.
Yeah, that's what I want to stay there. I want to be there. That's ridiculous. Oh my!
Yeah, he always makes me want to make like spaces when I look at his work, and I've done a bunch of. It might be time to get back in that bag again, man, because he's done some of the most inspirational. I love his botanical spaces, man. I try not to do spaces when I look at his work because I don't want to bite. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to get close.
It's hard. You know what I mean? And that sentiment you just spoke to is what programs like this erase, because they're like, bite your ass off, bite to your heart's content, take the prompts, take everything, just bite, don't do, you ain't gotta do no work of your own. This shit is gorgeous.
Yeah, his shit is gorgeous, and he's the type of cat that, like, I don't think I've ever seen an image of his, you know, that had like any type of, you know how Midjourney kind of has that Midjourney tint, that Midjourney vibe to it, you know, or whatever. Like he has found a flawless way
to override. He overrides Midjourney.
Really, really high level. Really high level.
What I mean, bro. Like when you're looking at his pieces, there's a bunch of these that you're not going to say was Midjourney. You're not going to think it's even digital, son. And that's what I mean.
That's the goal, man.
You can always tell. You can do that. I'm telling you, bro. Like, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
You can't. No, you definitely can't. And there's a lot of other cats that are out. You know what I'm saying? But this is probably my North Star. Like, his shit is my North Star, and it's always been my North Star since I kind of, like, you know, since I started. You know what I mean? I think the only thing I have. Let me see if I don't know if I can show my.
Are you familiar with an African artist? I think he's Nigerian. He might be based in the UK. His name is Asiko. Asiko, the artist.
Asiko. Asiko.
Yeah.
Oh man,
his stuff is ridiculous, bro.
Bookmarking this, yes. Bookmarking this, my guy.
That's him.
Yeah. I love this. I love this. This is fire right here.
So hold on. So go left real quick. Go to the one right beside him, to the left of him, holding the mask up.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
That's what he's doing on Midjourney.
Okay, great.
He's doing He's doing his interpretations of old Europe, but like he's destroying it, bro.
Yeah, it's fire.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fire.
God, Joe, what are you doing, bro? Stop it.
Yeah.
So
that's fire. That's fire. Come on now. I don't like the stuff that looks like paintings, but this is fire. You know what I'm saying? It kind of has like a little painting kind of vibe to it, but that's fire. That's amazing too, man. You know what I'm saying? How many things are we gonna do with black men in the flag? You know what I'm saying? It's one day we won't have to do art like that, I think, anymore. I would hope. I pray for that day.
That'll be a beautiful time. Look at that, son.
Yeah.
But see, to me, like this is, I want to see this as an oil painting. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to see, that as an oil painting. Maybe what is
a photographer by trade?
He's a photographer. Oh, okay, so that's what I'm getting. So he's got the textiles and photography.
That's fucking sick. And then he started using the thing, and it was like,
this is like my bag here too.
Photography.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, yo. Wow. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? Amazing, man. Let's go. Where can I look at Blacklight right now? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Should I just put in what can I reference? Show me something, mister. You know what I'm saying?
Do artofmicah.com. Because just the very first the splash page might have a little something. Oh, what is it? Oh, is it Oh, you gotta put an H. You gotta put an H, bro.
I can't.
MICAH.
Fuck it up just like that.
Art of Micah. Art of Micah.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even, because I can't spell. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Not like I can't spell like my man's, but you know. So hold up.
Artofmicah.com. Go there. MICAH.com. Stop doing that. What the fuck? It's like
it's fucking dyslexia fucking getting to me, yo. It's
no, but it's also like I went to auto populate.
You know what I'm saying? Because every time I was driving down Benning Road and shit, he told me to go left and he meant right. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? Like we would be fucking both stoned out of our minds anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we never got. It took us like 4 days to get home somewhere. It took an hour and shit. I forgot. Now everybody, if anybody ever looks at this, this is why Micah is shitting on all of you fucking AI thinking that you're artist motherfuckers, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck how much you generate. You'll never fucking generate your ping. See, what y'all are failing to understand is that
that's pen.
These are,
golly.
And they're hella there's cross hatchings and there's technique that, you know, that I'm gonna dump into Midjourney so they can steal and everybody can have your style. You know what I'm saying? This is fire though, but this is like the stuff that we got spoiled looking at in school. Because look at this part right here. I just want, you know, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but right here in the fucking it's like an earring, but you know, it's like the loops around it, like the, you know, like the little loops and you know what I mean? Like I love that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the tech aspect of it too. It's like tech, the tech aspect of it. But then you look at the softness of the lip. The lip has fucking green, blue, purple.
That was always my favorite part.
Like he's so
Micah
crazy.
Used to turn the ladies blue. And
right,
like that was always
right.
Like, I still be looking for a blue colored lady every day.
Yeah, this is like back in speaker box. No, this is like AT Aliens when they had the little drawing on the album cover. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Micah always reminded me of, like that funk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's in that, you dig? So. But yeah, man, look at
you're looking at right there on this cover. Like I split it. I'm actually really proud of those drawings because I got grants to do them. Those are the largest pen drawings I've ever done. The one on the right is called the Massive, and the one on the left is the Ashanti 6. And Ashanti 6 is like 2 feet by 3 feet. Like she's big as fuck. You know what I'm saying? All ballpoint pen. And the Neshma Massive is 4. She's 4. She's a 4-foot drawing, bro. Like it's bananas, but I got grants to do them. Like shout out to the Haynes and Friends Fund. Like I was able to just draw for hours,
amazing,
and pay rent at the same time. It was fucking.
That's right. So we gotta jump on another one of these, man, just because I gotta talk. We gotta talk some grant writing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole nother bag. That's a whole nother like chamber to get into, you know what I'm saying? But
okay, wait, go one more spot. I'm gonna send you to one more spot.
Okay,
go to what's the link? Is it Ashland Parks? Oh my God! Wait till you see this shit. Holy fuck, it's gonna be beautiful.
Let me see. How you doing? Let me see. Let me see. Let me go there.
It's you know about the permanent public art installation?
This is here. And Micah, you seen these, right? This is one of my favorites. This is on the front page. It's just like I gotta redo this stuff with Midjourney 5.
Gorgeous, I ain't gonna hold you, yo. When you first did those robot joints, my stomach hurt. Like I was so envious, like at the time. Like I was just like, I've been trying to do this shit.
And like nobody cares now. So but tonight I think like even like a night like tonight, man, it's like
you got hold up, back up on the nobody cares, bro. Like I'm sorry, we gotta push back on that hard. Like
I don't know. If it seemingly feels like that right now, but it's like it just feels like people want more new the next.
What we're letting you know is part of that is in your head.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of us who could just willingly stare at these for hours, and I'm a hater, feel me? And I can still stare because it's just hot. It's just fucking.
Well, we're gonna get it. You had another link that you wanted to look at real quick.
I'm about to. Maybe I put it in the chat or whatever. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you could put it in. But hold on a second. Oh, what did I just do? My bad.
You back? It's cool.
All right.
Where's
But
where's the chat? Is there a chat? Where's the chat?
Yeah, there should be. Well, I got the stream. You know what? You could just jump in and text it to me, and I'll just.
It's cool. Hold up. I found the chat. Okay.
Okay. Cause yeah, you could post right there.
Bam. All right. So the link is in chat.
Hey, private. Okay, there we go.
See if that shit rolls. I'm gonna see if it's a good picture of the thing. It might not be. It might be the wrong page.
That's the base. You said base Oregon.
Yeah, but is there an image on there though?
No, it's not an image on that one. It's that one is a donate page or something like that.
Okay, hold up.
But you got me hyped, Sky. Like I know when I get off with y'all tonight, that's another mission. I'm still working. I gotta do some more work, but I've been in Midjourney all day working on some flyer design. And I had
check the chat again.
All right, let me see. But I think this is gonna get me hyped to put. Ooh, okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. We're talking. Oh yeah, this is looking like something right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Big things are going. Rude boy.
Yeah, when this come up on the screen.
Hold up, let me get this out the way. Get this garbage out the way.
So is that the only one that they show?
No, you got. Hold on a second. Let me just get it in here. So up here, you're seeing this.
Yeah.
So this is fire. So this is the installation that you've been going to the board and everything on, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So this right here, what you're looking at right there, that his curse is going through, that's going to be a 12-foot tall, beautiful, stainless steel and bronze statue in a park in Ashland, bro.
Yes.
What?
And I just can't wait, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to have one. I can't wait to, bun my spliff, you know what I'm saying? Just, kind of like laying on it, you know what I'm saying? But then have my son just jump all over around this thing, you know what I'm saying? Be running around. But I'm definitely going to be taking some Aztec B-boy picturesque joints in front of this right here when my man gets this off. You know what I'm saying?
That is amazing.
There's a fence here in Ashland at Railroad Park. It's called the Say Their Names Memorial. And on it, there's a whole bunch of t-shirts. It's like a couple hundred names with t-shirts that have black people who've been murdered by racism, by racist acts, by racist popo, or by just white people who are messed up, whatever. So there's the names of all these black people who've been murdered due to racism. And
the wings, it's crazy. Go ahead, man. My bad.
You see on his lap, every single name that's on them t-shirts is going to be etched into that book. So that instead of it being t-shirts and it being able to be snatched down and stuff, it's going to be permanent. Cats will be able to read about this. Hopefully we'll be able to read about this during a time when that don't happen no more, when we ain't got no more names to add. So, feel me? Like, that's what the point of this is. His wings are a dome on purpose to make it look like it's protection against weather, against rain, against sleet, but also against hate, against racism, against classism. You know what I mean? Like, every single piece of him, there's symbology in it. Like the fact that he's got the book, the fact that he's got them sunglasses on, he's got the garb. He's from a futuristic, he's an Afrofuturistic place and an Afrofuturistic being. And he's like come back. Like, I was thinking he may have even been the spirit of George Floyd, right? Like whose death galvanized so many, but my man went to a culture where they've already evolved beyond that, and he came back enlightened. That's why he's got the wings now, you know what I'm saying? And on his chest there's like right at the throat chakra is a woman's face, because it's to balance it out and make it so that, like, while he's holding everybody to account, while there's the I'm gonna hold you accountable, at the same time there's also the empathy and the nurturing and the power of like compassion that's going to be necessary to bridge the gaps. Like, every single piece of this joint.
Big up yourself, rude boy. Big up yourself. Yes, more take. More fire things. So but look, this is all right. And now going back, man, this is what my mission has to turn into in regards to life as art. Life is art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get enough of these pick me ups during the course of my day. You know, I'm at the gym and I can't look on the TV in the gym and see, you know, the brethren
images, black
building something, you know, making something creative. I'm seeing, you know, manhunt for 5 people shot, you know what I'm saying? You know, AR shooting. I'm seeing, you know, some, I don't know. I saw some negative, weird Met Gala stuff earlier on my timeline. I didn't want to see. Nah, it's all good. I just didn't want to see that. I want to see like
that moment.
There's no tranquility, peace, or just like creativity, especially for me as a creative. The blessing that we have is that the Most High has created the beauty around us, right? So I can just self-reflect. I can get in the car and I can look at. I looked at the flowers, man. They got a field of flowers, like it's all yellow flowers growing in San Diego right now. So, you know, I got to get that off, man, and admire the creator. But with this life of art, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Having these conversations where people, I think, you know, especially with black men, they think that it's monolith. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you ever heard that joint where the dude was like, yo, my nigga, look at that motherfucking beautiful ass motherfucking rainbow, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, it's like, man, that's what we broken down to, where we can't even be expressive, you know what I'm saying, about life and beauty, man. And that's why I really want to take life as art to, you know what I'm saying, to where we express these things, man, and other people can underdig the energy that we have behind it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so Sky, you know, you opened up a new chamber, you know what I'm saying, with the AI work, and I think that could lead to creative writing. It could lead to making beats again and doing different things, man, surrounded by these images as they inspire you. And you know, Micah, you know, you're just a creative genius, you know what I'm saying? I gotta talk to you as much as I can and get you on tape. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? This long time overdue, but
for sure, definitely inspiring and unlocking just the whole wave of things to come, for sure.
Word is bond.
If you lock in to putting it out there, what's in there, and what I mean by that is like you just speak aloud, yo, I am getting back in touch with my inspiration. I am getting back in touch with my art. I am connected to it, and now I'm open to feeling that connection. Saying shit like that out loud is because we have a habit of speaking in want. I want to feel connected again. I'm looking to get connect, right? And the universe gives you whatever the fuck it is you asking for, right? So you're like, I want to be like, all right, you want to be. I'm looking for, okay, you looking. Like, I mean, it's just as opposed to being like, yo, I'm here. Yes, you're here. Yeah. I done found it. Yes, I found it. I never lost it. No, you never lost it. I'm inside it. Yes, I'm inside it. Like I'm living it. I'm embodying it. Yes, I'm embodying. And all of a sudden you can feel it. Just saying the words, you can feel it. Like, oh shit. Yeah. So like that's my offering to both of y'all and anybody watching. Like, speak where it is you're intending to be. Speak it like you're there now. And even if you gotta tweak a little bit, because some people like, you know, I want to be rich and I'm not rich. I'm broke as fuck right now. I understand you. Feel me?
I'm gonna give you one for that. So for anybody who just heard what he just said, go to get a dry erase marker and go to your bathroom and write "I am a money magnet" on your mirror in your bathroom and see, you know, let that sink in. You know what I mean? But the I am
aloud every day.
That's what I've been doing. I've been taking a dry erase marker and I've been writing my affirmations and you know, just words of encouragement, you dig, on my mirror in my bathroom. I realized I don't know, for me, my mirror in my bathroom was kind of pointless, like, you know what I'm saying? Like until I started writing it. And now it's like it does, like I use it to like shave and shit like that, man. But now it's really another board for me to write stuff at. And now it holds a much higher purpose now. You know what I'm saying? Aside from me cleaning up, like
dude, I love staring at myself. It's awesome.
Yeah. If I get in the bathroom like this, yo, let me catch this angle. You know, today is a right side day.
I just freaking like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my face. It's cool.
Yeah. I ain't mad at you, champ. I ain't mad. It's your world, man. I ain't mad at you, bro. But look, man. I'm a jump. I'm a cut, man. Like, look, man. What I'm trying to do is, I see like things like this, man. I want to just continue to just build, man, because I don't never know who's gonna come behind, and peep some of this or get some game from it, and even if not, just having it here, we so present. We are so present, and to me, it's always been past, present, future. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The Pythagorean theorem. Together, it's like the three pieces that come. So, my whole thing for this is, it's gonna be incredible to look back at these when, this idea that I'm getting my brethren to kind of help me sort out in real time is flushed out. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be able to see the origination of something that's going to be much greater. I know this is going to be much greater because my goal is to continue to build bigger conversations with my brethren who are already brilliant, man. We just haven't, galvanized and figured out how to communicate in front of. I think that's where we're going. If we're going to communicate in front of the world, you know what I'm saying? Because now the world is getting smaller, I'm looking at more on a piano in cats in South Africa listening to their music like they in my backyard, so I think that's where we going, man, and it's important to share the work that we're creating. So anytime you got something new, man, we got to get and build. But the next time we get on, we might have to do some just random writing, some poetry.
We're gonna have to make the bring back the gibberish
sessions. I'm teaching my daughter too. So
I just got this. I'm gonna tell y'all this one right here. My man I just did a podcast with my man Justin. He sent me the Rick Rubin, the way of being. You know what I'm saying? And he sent me. I don't know if y'all dug this one. This is The War of Art. You dig? By Stephen Pressfield. It was supposed to be super dope, but I'll let you know. Stephen Pressfield. Man.
Stephen Pressfield has a book called The Last of the Amazons. That is
right
now. Sickest. It is so sick. It is so sick. Oh my fucking God, it makes me so happy. If the Amazons were not African, and if they actually existed, then this is a delightful version of historic fiction. Now, for me, Amazons were African, so whatever, it's all good. But this particular piece is a brilliant piece of historic fiction. Stephen Pressfield is a beast. Concept, thank you very much for bringing us together. Sky, it was really, really good seeing you, fam. Like, I'm just your face. I'm just like, yo, are you 18?
Man, there's a couple grades in here. Don't zoom in.
Hey, man, let me get that 85 South joint, man. You know what I'm saying? That's fire right there.
Run that shit, son.
Yeah. Let me tell you about life.
Let me tell you about life. Have a great thing. The next time, maybe each time we jump on, maybe we could do a little bit of showing, some of the stuff we're working on. Cause I'm always. Concept now is gonna be always. Concept. Sky is now is gonna be always. Concept, you already are always. Even when you like got it down, but because that we're gonna be seeing that shit in your head will be like, oh, let me make a little, you know what I mean? Do right. And I can't say
I gotta have something for it.
So we have a little gibberish session, we have a little art session, and then we just get into whatever theme we gonna want to get into. And that right there is like a little skeleton, you know what I'm saying? Like that what it is.
I hope that has eventually, trust me, as this idea, continues to expand, we're gonna open a lot of people up, man, to just get in their creative bag, just talking about their creativity, you know what I mean? Like that it's a release. It's a release, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, I gotta go because Sky has really been whipping my ass on the AI right now, and I'm about to put in a couple of good hours, Joe.
I was on it. Yo, I swear, when I tell you the fact that I can just do it on my phone, and then Discord is on my phone, I've been going ham. Like I just been going ham, and it's just been dope to see the possibility of stuff. whatever.
Even in the middle of me hating, I'm loving the fact that you get to swim in it.
Huh? Yeah.
Even with me hating, I'm loving the fact that you get to swim in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving the fact, like, these are the pros. These are the things that I can't refute. I can't mess with. I'm just like, this is beautiful, but we got that, like, can't get the fuck off. So, like, jump off, son. Like, just say I'm going.
No. Yo, man, I love y'all, man. Yo, man, you know, it's nothing but abundance and blessings, man. I appreciate it, man. We gonna get back on, and I'm gonna be hitting y'all with the links, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Already though.
Peace. Good night.